Okay, this is going to be a reading for Cancer. It's your past, present and future reading. Okay, it'll be a 3-card spread. One for your past, one for your present, one for your future. The present being today, tomorrow, yesterday. The past being any time before that. And the future being the next month or so. Okay. Okay, so I can get you advice from Spirit. I can get timings on things if that's appropriate. And I will pull you an angel card as long as I remember. Okay, so they're nice and supportive and encouraging those. So let's go for it. Okay, so Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Cancer's highest good. Please give me a card for the past for Cancer, please, for my Cancer collective. Okay, the 8 of Pentacles reversed, so you stopped investing in something. Okay, Pentacles are coins. We've got a hammer and chisel there. In the upright, you know, the 7 of Pentacles is looking back at the past. The 8 of Pentacles is looking into the future and working incredibly hard to invest in it. With this being a general reading, it could be that you're no longer investing into a career path, or it could be that you're no longer investing into a relationship or a connection of some kind. You're no longer investing into, you know, an emotional or financial connection or practical connection with your family or someone in your family or a friend or, you know, a colleague, a group of people that you used to associate with. You could be pulling out of, you know, a business venture or a house move. Something is on pause or it's over, okay, that you were going to, you know, continue putting into, you've decided not to. This is a general reading, guys. It's not, it's just whatever comes out, okay? Let's get one for the present then. The 2 of Wands. So you're currently at a sort of crossroads, an impasse where you're deciding which way to go next, okay? Do I go left? Do I go right? It could be between 2 people. It could be between 2 priorities, 2 responsibilities, or just, you know, which direction do I go next? You know, you're just at a crossroads. So let's look at the future then, i.e. the next month. The Page of Pentacles. Okay, so it looks like someone's going to offer you something like a gift or a date, or there's going to be an idea that you're going to have. Pentacles can be ideas. I feel like this is very vague at the moment, so I'm going to see what I can do to clarify. Let's try with these. Give me one for the 8 of Pentacles, please. Heartbreak. Yeah, okay, so if it's a love situation, you know, it's, you're no longer growing a relationship with somebody. So it's deeply hurt, sad, separation, breakup, feeling lost, grieving, mourning. Okay, that was the past. In the present, what I might do is pull from the life purpose, just in case it's career, because I'm talking to the collective here. The Grim Reaper. The relationship is over, no second chances, grow and transform your life. Yes, you're at a crossroads after the end of a relationship. What about the Page of Pentacles then? Abundance. Keep a positive mindset, manifest exactly what you want, gratitude and bliss. Okay, so the sense of abundance goes for energy. Energy is fluid, money is energy, feelings are energy, emotions, time. If you have an abundance attitude, the universe is abundant and what I ask for will be given to me. I am worthy of success. I will have success, you know. I want love, I deserve love, and I will have love. Positive affirmations, trust and faith that you're going to be given what's owed to you, okay? Now we've got the snake. That came out reversed. I don't know if that means anything. Competition, enemy, clever, malicious. Look over your shoulder, the other woman. It might be a warning to keep your guard up, or it could be saying there is no threat. Now we've got keys on a ring. Yeah, so you've got the option of being footloose and fancy free. Now keys on a ring is like, you know, you can get involved with people who have multiple options. They're not necessarily exclusive to you. In fact, they're saying that they're not, and you know, it's a physical relationship only. So not exclusive, not monogamous, you know, and sometimes that suits and sometimes it doesn't. So you may have, well, you will have something presented to you, some kind of opportunity, but it could be that it's not necessarily lasting. But if you have this abundance mindset, it's totally within your control to say yes or no to something, you know, and just because you get involved with someone and it's a short-term thing and you know that it's not a commitment that's going to grow into something like to do with your future, that's okay. That doesn't not affect what comes in for you in your future. If, you know, you choose to trust the wrong person, then it's a lesson to kind of pull tighter boundaries around yourself and work out, you know, try to work out what someone's about before opening up to them. It's not always possible, don't get me wrong, with narcissists and people like that. They're just very professional liars. You'll only know what someone wants you to know. But it's just that you will have options. You will have some kind of opportunity presented to you in the next few weeks. And it's up to you, isn't it, to decide like what you want. There's plenty of people out there all looking for different things, you know, according to what's gone on in their life. Doesn't make them a jerk. If they've just come out of something with someone, you know, they might just be like carrying baggage and thinking, you know, I'm attracted to you, but I don't want anything long term, or, you know, whatever. It doesn't make someone a terrible person. At least it doesn't if they tell you, you know, that that's what their intentions are, okay? If someone pretends, you know, and love bombs you and tricks you into falling for them and then just totally treats you like rubbish, that is nasty. That's calculated and that isn't necessary. You know, we're all adults, we can say what we're looking for and let someone make an informed decision, you know? I've welcomed that in the past. I'm sure you guys would, someone just being honest. You know, you can make an informed decision and say, yes please, or no thank you. It's just about being an adult, okay? It's immature, or you've got some kind of terrible motives if you're going to do anything, you know, underhand. You know, it's cowardly, isn't it? If it's like, oh, I don't want to say that, well, you're going to hurt someone more by messing about. So like, how does that make it better? So have a think about that. If you're the person that's cross-watching and you're going to make an offer towards someone, be very honest about what your intentions are. If they're short-term, long-term, casual, formal, you know. And don't get me wrong, casual has its place. But if you really like someone, do you honestly want to let them think that you're not that into them? Like, you know. Sometimes people do that because they've got childhood issues, but that's for another time. At the end of the day, you know, have this abundance attitude, you have options, okay, Cancer? So definitely not going to be dull in the next month. It's going to be about you deciding what you want and doing what feels right at the time. Okay, we don't need to overthink it. Now let me pull from the career deck or life purpose deck in case this is not resonating and you're not heartbroken over anyone. You know, because it could be that you're no longer investing in a career or a course or something. Okay, so for Cancer, please, for my Cancer collective, if there's anyone who is, you know, not resonating with this love scenario, what are they no longer investing in? Or if they're, I should ask a better question actually. If they're no longer investing in one career, what would be a good alternative? Spirit, what would be a good alternative? A good redirection for Cancer? Okay, so it says you're on the right path. Okay, so if you have recently decided, you know what, I just hate going to work, I can't stand it, it's boring, I'm demotivated, or I have a nightmare boss, or I just, you know, I've never kind of found a career that I'm in love with, and or there's always been that one thing that I wanted to do and I don't know whether to do it, and you finally, you know, given in your notice or just made that decision for yourself that you're gonna, you know, invest in something new. Spirit's telling you that you're on the right path. Now, it might be that you've got responsibilities, so you started to create, you know, a side hustle, or you've started to, you know, build on something additional to what you do right now. You might still be in that line of work, but Spirit's saying keep doing what you're doing because it's working. Okay, so have faith in that new thing that you've started, if you have. Now, Spirit's saying that you are a healer. So whether that is physically, and we've got a picture of a surgeon here, or whether it's through alternative therapies or emotional work, it says you have the spiritual gift of healing and a desire to share it with others. So you are a lovely person, Cancer, that has the ability to help many people, okay? And it can be a hands-on thing, it can be with verbiage, you know, it could be with wise words, or it could be in an academic way, or it could be that you physically, you know, do physio on them, or you do some sort of alternative therapy, or you're a doctor, or you know, you know, if you think about mental health as well as like other parts of the body, you know, there's so many options, isn't there? So you've got healer. I just thought of another one, which is like therapist or something, okay? Like, yeah. Writing. You heal, inspire, and teach and entertain with the words that you write. So something to do with writing. So it might be that you have really valid experience in a career field, or you were successful with something, or you've had a really tough life and you've ended up finding your way and making, you know, you're able to look back and make light of, you know, the struggles that you've had, or, you know, you've travelled to many different places and you want to inform people about that. It could be absolutely anything, okay? But what you have, that knowledge that you have, whether it is academic or spiritual or moral or I don't know, business skills, whatever it is, it could be like something like, you know, you've become an excellent artist and you're self-taught, or you've become an excellent musician and you're self-taught, something creative, you know, or some kind of journey, whether that's geographical, whether it's emotional, whether it's, you know, obtaining skills. I don't know. There's so much knowledge and know-how. People are interested. How did you do that? You know, or like, why did you stop doing X, Y, or Z? You know, like, there's so much to be gained from writing that down. You can help so many people. And often the best way of making money is by providing a service that actually helps others. Okay, because the good karma from that is tenfold. Not only do you feel good because you helped other people, you're actually helping other people, and so they feel better, and that affects all the people around them. So it's exponential, okay? So you've got writing, healer. You've got leadership, take charge of this situation. Okay, so if you have a really good idea or something that you're good at, or you have an interesting life, you've lived an interesting life, people want to hear about it. Don't doubt yourself, and don't let anybody try to steer you away from your intentions. You remember where you came from, what was the initial motive, what is the value in what you're sharing with people, and stay true to that, because you might kind of approach different publishers or different editors or different marketplaces, and they say, well, people don't really want to hear about that right now, they want this, or I think you should sex it up a bit, or I think you should do this or do that. Trust your own intuition. Spirit says you're on the right path. So yeah, and the person in this picture has armor on and she has a sword. It says take charge of the situation. So don't let time drift by. If there's something that you've always wanted to do, there's no better time than now. Okay, and you haven't got to have all the answers in a day. Start thinking about what the name of your book would be. What is the point of the book? Who would you like to help you with the book? Who is your market? Is there anything you wish to avoid? Start thinking about different ideas today, and start making some decisions. You could literally do a Google search and find out how do people get books published, how to write a book. I'm sure there's literally so much advice out there. Things to avoid when writing a book, things to avoid when approaching publishers. Use other people's knowledge, whoever is someone that's been successful in that area. Use their wisdom, right? Start doing the research, find out what the steps are, and start, one by one, knocking off each thing, and it will, before you know it, it'll come together. Okay, you can write books, and there's a place in London where you can go in, I think they're like book fairs or publisher fairs, and you can go in submit a draft, and someone can pick up and read it and think, I want to publish this. So it's about, you also need to be careful, don't you, that no one takes your ideas or says that, your work is theirs. You might need a ghostwriter. So often doing research and finding out is a really good way of going about a new career path. Things to avoid, things to make sure that you do. The more research you do, other things will start to occur to you, and you get more organised, and you'll just start doing it. Just decide one thing today, decide another thing tomorrow. It's okay, it's fine. It hasn't all got to be done overnight. So whether it's career for you that you're no longer investing into and you're at a crossroads with career, or if you're at a crossroads with a relationship and, that's the end of that and you're not sure which direction to go next, have that abundance mindset and know that whatever the dream is, picture it, describe it, say out loud, Spirit, this is what I want for myself. I want a career doing X. I want, a person with Y qualities. I want, to avoid people knowing my real identity for whatever reason, but I want to make a good living out of writing, whatever. You know, if you feel like maybe it's not a good idea to reveal your true identity because you're going to be writing about, I don't know, something controversial, or you just don't want to be identified, whatever it is, you can have a ghostwriter. You know, you can put like a random name to it, and say if you're continuing in a career that's in the service sector and you didn't want anyone to link you to something that was like, I don't know, to go really out there, like something like the Kama Sutra, or, you know, something to do with religion, or something that could be controversial, like politics, you know, you can have a ghostwriter, can't you? You don't have to put your name out there to everyone in order to... Yeah, people write music, you know, and you'd never know they wrote it. So, if it's not fame that you're looking for, you know, there's no problem with having an alias or a ghostwriter, or, you know, selling your material to those who do want to be at the forefront and be the figurehead of something, or, you know, the person in, you know, view. So we've really gone deep into that. Let's get some advice from Spirit. You are going to get some sort of opportunity in the next month. So just be discerning, you know, be your own leader, whether it comes to love or career. You decide, okay, how it goes. Wisdom. Wisdom is your heritage. Seek knowledge and preserve it. Yeah, so whatever it is that you want, find other people. Like if you know someone that has a really successful relationship, you feel like, you know, the two people in that relationship are very equal, they work together, be around people like that, you know. Why is it working? How is it working? Is there anyone that they could introduce you to, you know? Do you know what a healthy relationship is? Have you been accepting less? Why? Or have you just been betrayed and, you know, it just wasn't your fault? Know that there's good people out there, okay? But wisdom comes from sharing experiences with others and others sharing experiences with you. Especially when it comes to career or business, you know, get help from someone who's already been successful in it, okay? What advice would they give you? How would they go about it? Do your research online, okay? Let's get... I'm not going to pull a Divine Time Oracle deck because we know an opportunity's coming, you know, in the next few weeks. I think it could be more than one, but let's see. Okay. I'm going to pull you an angel number. Spirit, can you select an angel number that you think would help my Cancer collective? 1717, drama alert. Independence, soul mission, alone time, learning, healing and aspirations. Well, this goes perfectly, doesn't it, with what we've been talking about. Being at a crossroads can make you feel a bit lost, but actually, you know, you have the ability to choose where you go next, and that's kind of exciting if we look at it in a glass half full way, in an optimistic kind of way. What do you want for yourself? Let's get refocused. What is the dream? What are the end goals? Is there something you'd really love to do? You know, like, do you secretly think if you weren't doing this career, there's something else that you would do? And it could be totally different, okay? I know people who've made the transition from being a banker in London to being a farmer, okay? And they've literally used those transferable skills to make a really good business out of, you know, a farm that's more to do with tourism, okay? They've used that entrepreneurship, that knowledge that they gained hasn't gone to waste, but it's a very different lifestyle. So what is it that you want? What's making you unhappy where you currently are? What is it that you think you could do with more of? You know, are you stuck in an office and you'd love to work outdoors? Take it back to basics. What can't you stand about your job? You know, if you hate being outdoors and you're working outdoors, find an office job. You know, a lot of people do shift work and they would love to have a Monday to Friday 9 till 5, you know. So you might think you've got it boring having a Monday to Friday 9 till 5, but there's people out there that have shift work that would love to just have a normal schedule and be able to socialise when everyone else is off. So it's horses for courses, okay? Whatever takes your fancy. Some people love stability and routine and predictability. Other people need change. They need to, you know, do like a job where they're an emergency, you know, attender, you know, and it's high adrenaline and they don't know what they're dealing with from one day to the next, from 1 hour to the next. That would be another person's idea of hell. It'd be the worst nightmare. They'd be totally anxious all the time. But there's people who actually prefer that and they want to be on the beat. They want to be out and about. They want, you know, to not be sat at a desk with a phone ringing and doing paperwork and looking at a computer. So it just depends, okay? I'm talking to the collective. You know yourself. If you're really young and you haven't tried many things, you know, what is it on a very basic level that you don't really like about, you know, or what is it that you kind of are drawn to when you see other people talking about their careers, or you see, you know, other people who have posted content. And, you know, I like TikTok at the moment because I see people who have just, you know, there's this woman today, she's just decided that she wanted to, you know, work in a forestry. She applied to a bunch of them. And now she's posting videos where she feels rich because she's working outdoors in stunning environments. She's at peace. You know, she says time has slowed right down for her. She got fresh air, you know, nature, and her mental health and her happiness means more to her than having, you know, a crazy high salary. So, and being run ragged, you know, and not really caring about what she's doing. So it's horses for courses, okay? Fly your line. Whatever you care about, seek it out, you know? If you're obsessed with ancient history and archaeology, move to Europe. Put yourself where you're going to be, you know, absolutely inspired, motivated. And if you don't know, just start trying stuff. Just go and ask for experience somewhere. You know, you don't have to go and get a job somewhere and be contracted to work somewhere to see if you like it. You can ask, can I come and do some experience? You know, could I shadow someone, or could I, you know, volunteer somewhere? Like, maybe that you really want to do charity work, you know, and then you just get the sense of like, do you know what, I've had a really negative, you know, aspect or like view of like the human race, and I just find the world to be depressing. And then when I do charity work, I see all the good work that's being done. I see how many humans are, you know, helping, they're giving selflessly, and I just love the feeling that it gives me, and I feel so much more positive. And like, it could be that you try something and it just changes your life, you know, and you're not committed to anything forever. People transition through different careers, you know. You might live in one country and think, I can't stand it, and go and live in another one and think, I love it, you know. So just try, okay? And it's not the same being on holiday somewhere to going and living somewhere, trust me. So always, I wouldn't say go and travel around and try to find work. I would, you know, if I was going to live abroad, I'd take a job somewhere and try to see as much of that country as I can whilst having income. Definitely don't just, you know, set off without a plan, because that'll make you really anxious and you could find yourself in not very nice places, you know. Yeah, but the best way to see a country is by, you know, having a base there. So if you apply for a job, like she applied for a forestry, 4 weeks later, you know, she moved, and because she had a work contract, she could have a bank account. Because she had a work contract, she could, you know, have an apartment and stuff like this, or get an Airbnb for a bit and then start renting an apartment. But you need to go with money, and you need to go with, you know, a work contract signed on the dotted line. you know, other people go travelling, but I wouldn't personally, because I just think, I mean, you could do, that's very judgmental, you could do, but I'm a tourist and I know it would stress me out to not know where I'm staying from one day to the next. I know it stressed me out big style. But the point is, you know, if today you just start researching something, you are one step closer to your dream, guys. So that's what I'm going to leave us on, is that note. Again, look, it says you're heading in the right direction. What appears to be a lull in activity is just a natural part of the process. Okay, so take this as an opportunity rather than feeling lost. It's an opportunity to go, what is it that I want? You know, what kind of life will make me happy, you know, that's obtainable? Because the world's much more transient and fluid now. And you could apply for a job in another country and go, oh my God, 3 weeks later, like, I'm actually on a plane going there. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've done it myself. So it's very empowering, but you can also then you've got to do it, haven't you? So that's why we have probation periods. It's for you as much as it is for the employer to sort of say, look, you're not bound to stay. If it's not for you, you can leave. You know, but I'd always recommend having a contract to go and explore a country with money coming in, with a base. You know, you can visit so many places and see much more of it without kind of having that anxiety or guilt of like knowing you're just travelling around. You know, and also if you didn't turn up for work one day, you know, not to scare people, but, you know, there would be like concern, wouldn't there, within hours, rather than like if you go around travelling and you're not connected to anyone necessarily, you could be gone for days, you know, before anyone knows. And I'm not trying to frighten people, but guys, it happens, okay? So I wouldn't ever want to tell you, like, hide at home, because I'm not about that, and I've lived abroad and I've got amazing experiences because of it. But if ever you don't feel good somewhere, or, you know, you think about going and living abroad, I would do it knowing you've got a job that you go into and you've signed on the dotted line before you commit to, you know, getting on a plane and going there. But yeah, I think this is very positive. You've got a lot to look forward to. You know, it's hard when you have the past to look back at, but you don't have, you know, all you have is question marks for the future. But start getting excited and dreaming about what you would like, and you will draw it in. Say out loud what you want. Okay, right, I'm going to stop going on. Don't forget to give me a like, okay, share, subscribe, follow, repost, support the channel. When I get to 50 subscribers on YouTube, I'm going to start doing lives. Okay. All right, thanks, Cancer, and I'll see you in the next one.